About a year ago, we heard that Windows Mixed Reality, the very popular, cheap VR systems that were used by a lot of people as their first VR headsets, going to be completely discontinued and the software would no longer work, making all those headsets basically just bricks. Now, a lot of people would argue that those headsets came out in 2017 and it's just time to move on. And in a way, that is true. I mean, I've upgraded many headsets since I use Windows Mixed Reality, but I also believe in the right to keep using something beyond its expiration date. With technology, so many things seem to be designed to just use it for a short period of time and then the company stops supporting it and then it just becomes dead. Well, someone went and made a new driver that will run the Windows Mixed Reality system straight on steamvr, and you can get it directly from Steam. Now, the one caveat to this is that it only works on Nvidia graphics cards. They say this isn't their choice, they would like it to work on everything, but unfortunately they say like AMD and Intel cards just don't really accept it. It's just something that doesn't work with it, so they say it's more on those cards side. At least it's nice to have some option for people to be able to still use these. Now, I'm currently using a Samsung Odyssey Plus Windows Mixed Reality, but I also tested this out on my Lenovo Explorer just a few minutes ago. So to get this to work, there's a few things that you'll have to do. Now, first of all, you'll need Bluetooth on your computer. Now, this is obvious with the first generation Windows Mixed Reality because those ones also needed Bluetooth on your computer, but some of the newer ones did have Bluetooth connection in the headset itself. But that doesn't work with this driver, so with all the headsets, you'll have to use Bluetooth on your computer and connect the controllers individually to the computer through the Bluetooth. Now, once you have that set up and the headset plugged in, all you have to do is go on Steam and search up Windows Mixed Reality Oasis driver and install it. Now, there is a one-time setup thing that you have to do to unlock the headset and controllers before you can use it with SteamVR. So with the controllers turned on and paired to the computer and the headset plugged into the computer, launch the application and then it'll have two options and go down to the one that says to unlock the headset and controllers. Let it run the program and then it will give you a pop-up that tells you to unplug the headset and plug it back in. So you unplug the headset and plug it back in and then you press OK. It'll go through the rest of the program and then it will say to turn off the controllers and then turn them back on. So again, you turn off the controllers, turn it back on, press OK, and then that's it. The controllers and headsets are unlocked and ready to use for SteamVR. So from there, you just go to the Oasis driver and press launch, and then it'll launch straight into SteamVR and you're pretty much ready to start setting up the room scale and start playing games. So now when setting up the room scale tracking for this headset, it's using the SteamVR room scale setup, which is designed for like base stations. So setting up the room scale in this one is a little bit different. And the old Windows Mixed Reality system, what you would do is you would take your headset and like move it around the room and draw out your boundary space with the headset. The SteamVR system for setting up your room scale uses your controller. So what I did is I take my headset and I hold my headset in one hand and then I hold my controller in front of the headset, and then I kind of do the same thing where I like walk around the room and then I just take my controller and click in the corners with the advanced setup option. So you just like walk around the room, hold the headset and the controller in front, and then you just, as long as the headset can see the controller, then you can set up your boundary space. So that's what I found to be the best way to set up the Windows Mixed Reality with the SteamVR room setup. Now, if you're asking why would anyone even want to bother with Windows Mixed Reality, for some it might be just nostalgia. They want to go back to what they tried before. Some still swear by Windows Mixed Reality, specifically with the HP Reverb G2 because they like to use it for sim racing. And as well, the third option is just getting one secondhand for like super cheap. You can go on like eBay and get one of the original first gen Windows Mixed Reality with the LCD panels for like $50. As well, the Odyssey headsets that had the OLED panels, you can get those for about $100, and it's basically the same panels as the Vive Pro, just in the Windows Mixed Reality form factor. And the ones who love the Windows Reverb and the Reverb G2 and always praise its resolution as being like, you know, the greatest thing ever, super great high resolution, yeah, you can find those for about $150 because so many people think that these headsets are just like dead and unusable now. Personally, at that price range, I would start looking for maybe a used Quest 2 or Quest 3, but you know, there's always different options. But yeah, that's basically what I have to say. Windows Mixed Reality is back. Unfortunately, only on Nvidia cards, but at this point in time, for a 2017 system, it's already kind of niche, so it's nice at least just to be able to run these headsets again. I'm not saying to go out and buy a Windows Mixed Reality unless, you know, you can get one for really cheap and you just want something. So in those cases, they're still good, and I would still probably even use one if I had nothing else. But it's just nice not to have something die out completely.